Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. How you doing today? I'm Sarah. On today's video, we'll be sewing this bustier gown with Basque waistline. I drop a link below on the comment section on how to cut and draft this gown. If you're new to the channel, you're welcome. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop your comment. I'll be at the comment section to answer every questions. So guys, let's jump into it. So now we'll be sewing this gown. I drop a link below on the comment section on how to draft and cut this gown. On this video, we'll be sewing it. This is my back pattern. I've already got my estate to the back pattern. I did the same thing also on the front, but we'll be working on the back first. I'll go and join the back together, the center back and the side back together on ½ inches. When you want to join, you join from the hem, from the down of your half length. That's where you join from. I'll join this. I'll do this for this back and the other back. Done with the joining of the back on ½ inches, and I've pressed my seam open. You can see how it looks. This is the back. Now I'll keep this aside. Now for the front, I drop a link below on how to draft and cut a Igbo blouse. On that video, I explain more on how to pad your blouse or pad your bustier. So I've gone ahead to cut out my pad. On the video also, I explain how to cut your pad, that it will sit pretty and it will pack very well. So now I've gone ahead to cut my pad. You can see my pad didn't get to the armhole. You come in inside by 1 or 1.5 inches. Your pad must not get to your armhole. Then this is my center front, and the pad stop at the under bust. Your pad, your wording should stop at your under bust. So now this is the center front. I will join the sides like this on ½ inches from the hem of the half length. That's where I will join from, on ½ inches. Then I'll do this for the other side also, and do the same thing on my lining and tell you what next to do. I'm done with the sewing. I sew on ½ inches. After sewing, the next you have to do is to give this under bust a launch like this, and we use my bust ball to press the seams open. When you watch that Igbo blouse video, I share a detailed video on how to press your bustier open, and it will look very neat. The seams will look very neat. Now I'll do this and show you what it looks like. After launching your blouse like this, your half length, not blouse, but when you watch that Igbo blouse video, I explain in detail on how to iron your bustier. That will be very neat. You can see now, I'll iron this and show you what it looks like. So guys, I'm done with the pressing of my front. You can see how it looks. This is how to press your bustier, and look at how it is at the front. I use the softest wording for this. The next I have to do now is to turn my half length with the lining at the neck area. I will go and sew this on 0.25, not ½ inches, 0.25, so you can get the shape of the neck line. I'll do this for the front and the back. I'm done with the sewing of the neckline, the front neckline. You can see how it is. You can see how I sew, so we get the shape of the neckline. The next we have to do now is to give this a launch like this, so the neck will lay down flat when ironing. I'm done with the launching of the neckline. Before I go to press this, I will sew the sides of my front, and I will do the same thing also for the back and tell you what next to do. I'm done with the turning of the neckline, and I've given it a good press. I've done both the two sides. You can see how my cup is sitting pretty. This is the front and this is the back. You can see how it is. I've done the same thing also on the back. I did for the two back. I'll join the shoulder on ½ inches. I'll use my back lining to turn it this way and sew on half inches. I'll do this for this shoulder and the other shoulder. So guys, I'm done with the sewing of the shoulder. You can see how neatly finished it is inside. This is the lining part of the fabric, and you can see this is the front of my half length. Now the next I have to do is to go to the sewing machine and sew down my zipper allowance on 0.75 this way, the way I'm pinning this down. That's how I will sew my zipper allowance. So now the next we have to do is to put down the body measurements. First thing, before you do that, you have to sew down your zipper allowance so it will be easier for you to join the sides together. What you have to do is to join the sides on 1.5 inches. On my bust, I'll mark 1.5 here, and on the waistline also I'll mark 1.5 this and connect down. I'll go and sew this side of my bodice and do the same thing on the other side. I'm done with the joining of the sides. You can see how it is. Yes, I want to give you one tip. The tip is that when you want to join your bodies together, the first you have to do is to join your zipper allowance. You can see I've loosened mine. When you join your zipper allowance, then you now draw the front and the back together, then it will not be equal. One will not be longer than the other. I've loosened my zipper allowance now because I want to put in the gathers. So for my gathers, I divide after cutting my sleeve. The remaining I have, I cut the Ankara into two, then join it. You can see the way I join it. Now the length of this my gathers now is by 22 and a half. You can see this is the length of my gathers. After cutting it into two, you know the length of Ankara is by 45. Then I fold it into two and cut it. Now I have 3 yards here, and you can see my joining because I want the gathers of this gown to be very full. And I've gone ahead to sew down my gathers. It's always good to sew your gathers in 1 and 2 rope. By the time you are drawing this, it will be very firm. I will draw my gathers and tell you what to do next. Guys, I'm done with the drawing of the gathers. You can see how it looks. It's very firm because we did 2 lines. So when you want to draw your gathers, always use 2 lines. So the gathers should be firm. And when you want to sew, you'll be sewing on this second line, not the first line. And you see it to come out beautifully. So now the next we have to do now is to join the gathers to the half length. I will just do it like this on this zipper allowance. You don't have to draw that place. So now I'll just go and fix in my gathers. I'll be sewing on this second line, not the first line, the second line, and I will show you what it looks like when I'm done. I'm done with the sewing of my gathers. You can see I sew on that line, that's the second line on the gathers. That's where I sew. And when we turn this to the front, it will be very neat. Guys, I'm done with the sewing of the gathers. I sew on the second line. You can see how neatly finished it is. When you sew on this line, when you turn to the front, you will see your gathers will be in form and very neat. Next I have to do is to go and join the back together. I will sew from the up of my neck here to 21 inches. The length of my zip is 22. So from this 21 inches here, from the up of my gown, the neck of my gown, I will sew to 21 on loose stitch, and from this place to the hem of the gown, I will sew a tight stitch. I'm done with the joining of the back. You can see how it is. This is where my zipper will be. To fix your zipper, you open it up and place it this way because we are sewing like invisible zip kind of. So now I'll go and sew this. So guys, I'm done with the fixing of my zipper. You can see how neatly finished it is. This is the back. So now we're done with the zipper. So now I'll go and fold the hem of my gown 1 inches. This is half, then another half inches. That's 1 inches. Then I will give it a good press and show you what it looks like. I'm done with the folding of the hem of the gown. and I've gone ahead to fix my sleeve. I drop a link below on how to cut and sew the sleeve. Please click on the link so you know how to fix a Gong sleeve like this. Thank you, and thank you very much for watching to the end. I really appreciate you all. See you on my next video. God bless you.